there, lovely people. My name is Sophia, and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. Today I'm building in Tartosa, and I'm about to absolutely butcher the neighborhood name, so bear with me here. In Terra, Amorosa, I don't know, it's the countryside neighborhood, and it's beautiful, and I've been itching to build here ever since my wedding stories released. And this is going to be a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, and I really love it. It's so cute. I really did struggle getting it to come together though, so you're gonna see a little bit of that in the recording, but other than that, it's really cute. I'm very happy with how it came out, and I'm just happy to have a video out for you guys, because if you're subscribed, you might have noticed that I have taken a bit of a break, probably like a month, a little over a month, I don't really know. Just a combination of school, you know, sucking the life out of me. I've been really busy with a lot of assessments right now, and I was sick, and then I don't know, it just didn't happen, and I felt really bad. I have been itching to get something up for you guys, and I'm happy it's this, because this is a really cute house. I end up using a lot of these ruins pieces that came from Get Together, just scaled up to look like, I don't know, maybe there used to be a larger structure here once, but now there's just this cute little vineyard. I think it's adorable. While I was building it, I wasn't building it for any particular family, but the original family who lives on this lot, which is the Old Wood Nectary lot, if you hadn't noticed, is the Markovics, and they are 2 parents and a child, and technically speaking, you could just have that family live in this house, because this home has a teenager bedroom and then a master bedroom. So I accidentally just, you know, renovated them a new house, which is kind of funny, but you can play in here with any, I don't know, any family of your choosing. But the landscaping on this lot really did stump me. It gave me such a headache. I don't show it all on camera, that's why you can see a lot of plants appearing and disappearing, because I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. But one thing I did really know what I wanted to do here was this little circle of fence pieces from the Get Together live edit menu, and I end up putting a couple of chicken coops out here, and it just looks so cute. Because I am silly and I do enjoy puns, in my head this area has been called the chicken scoop for the entirety of the time, which is dumb, but if any of you have a terrible sense of humor, you might find that funny. But over here I just get a few lounge chairs and stuff. Like you probably noticed in the title of this video, this is kind of a vineyard, a family vineyard, but I didn't place any garden plots. I just placed these decorative hedges over here, and I end up fencing them in using those fence pieces. But I didn't realize this when I was building, but I figured it out when I play tested, that those stone walls block your Sim's access within the entire footprint of the wall. So technically, when I went to go playtest this, those parts of the build were completely inaccessible. My Sims couldn't walk there, and I was heartbroken, and I was panicking. But then I had the thought to simply place the fence pieces on the basement level, and then raise them up to look like they're sitting on the grass, and then your Sims can't see them, they think they're in the basement, so they could walk over them completely fine. And that worked out, so the chicken coops are fully functional, but I didn't bother to do that on the fence pieces surrounding these hedges here, because there's nothing for your Sims to do there. So if you wanted to replace the hedges with some actual gardening plots, I would recommend just placing those, what are they called, walls on the basement level and raising them up like I did, so your Sims can actually get in there. I haven't placed them yet because I'm just working on the landscaping here. I didn't show all of the landscaping on camera just because I struggled with it, and there's a lot of landscaping on this lot. It's not one of my builds if there aren't plants absolutely everywhere, and this one is no exception. I used a lot of these flowering agaves, I'm pretty sure they're called. When my wedding stories first released, I didn't like these plants, but I really like the pop of color they added to the landscaping here. I went for lots of green, of course, and just oranges and yellows. It's not something I normally do in landscaping, but I thought it looked gorgeous here, and I was struggling with it for a long time, so I was very happy when it came together. But I did end up adding quite a few roof details on here, because this is a very simple build, and I wanted to make it look a little bit more detailed. And I end up using a mixture of the roof decorations from Cottage Living, these wood ones, and these metal ones that came from Get Together. I think it looks really cool. I layered them, and I also had a sort of chimney thing for a short while there, but I ended up not liking it, and I forgot to place an actual chimney on camera because there are a couple of fireplaces in this home, so I did that off camera, just a little one that came with my wedding stories, and I think it looks really cute. You can't really notice it because it's tiny, but just in case it annoyed you that I didn't place a chimney. Anyways, this is just a little area for your Sims to hang out. Got a couple lounge chairs, got a umbrella and stuff, and this is the chicken coop. There's a couple of chicken coops in here. I also added laundry to the slot, so there is a wash bucket and a washing line over here. Both are fully accessible, which I was surprised about because I put a lot of plants underneath this laundry line, and I always have such a headache with playtesting the washing lines just because I always place stuff underneath it and it never works for me, but it worked today and that made me very happy. But there's quite a bit of landscaping in here, mixture of the ones from the catalog and the ones from the live edit menu, so beats me if your Sims can walk through the plants, but they can definitely walk through the fence though because it's on the basement, so they can't see it. So if you actually want to play with chickens here, they will be running wild throughout the Tartosa countryside, and I think that's fun. When I have chickens in The Sims 4, I like to let them loose because it's funny to watch them, I don't know, go on a great escape or something. But if it annoys you, I recommend just removing these fence pieces and replacing them with actual fences because I can see how runaway chickens could be annoying, but I just think it's hilarious, so I leave it be. I really do like the chickens that came with Cottage Living. They're so much fun. I use them way more than like the llamas and the cows just because I feel like regular family homes can have chickens without it feeling weird, but if you're in the middle of like Newcrest and you have a cow shed, I feel like that's a bit strange. Also, if you hear any noises in the background, it's my dog. I say this every time, but my animals are clingy and they don't want to leave, so he's sleeping right now, so he should be a bit more quiet than usual, but I'm just hoping he doesn't wake up. Anyways, this is a little woodworking section over here. I use these windows from Jungle Adventure. I used them on the front of the build too, but I placed them on a wall over here just to look like a fence, and then I deleted the wall so they're just standing alone, and I think it looks really cute. I covered it with a bunch of ivy pieces from my wedding stories, and I placed the bins here. I stacked some firewood just to look, I don't know, just a little bit realistic, I suppose, because, you know, there's fireplaces. This is kind of a vineyard situation, even though it's not functional as a vineyard, but I also placed these grass pieces absolutely everywhere, which you probably noticed. They're also from Cottage Living, and I adore how they look. I adore how they look, and I placed tons of mushrooms, which I found adorable. But we have moved on to the inside of the house now, and this is the living room. You can probably already see that I have used Journey to Batuu in this build. Controversial, I know, but I really like this pack, and I thought it looked great in here. The coffee table's from that pack, and so is this plant, and I just love the color of the coffee table. I love the color scheme inside this house, and I think it looks great. If you're wondering why there's some, like, fence pieces stacked against the wall there, it's because, I used that big open archway outside, or not outside, leading from the living room outside, and it doesn't have a door. And I'm thinking when it starts raining, you'd ideally like to be able to close that archway, so I used a couple of fence pieces just to look like a sliding door or something. They kind of interfere with routing, but I was able to scooch the armchair around so that it was functional. But I couldn't get the cross-stitching bucket to work, so if you want to use that, you're probably going to have to drag it somewhere else, but I was just using it for more decoration than anything, and that's kind of true for quite a bit of this build, considering it's a vineyard, but your Sims can't garden here, which is dumb, but I thought it was fun, so no regrets there. But I get a bookcase over here, I get a nice little armchair from Cats and Dogs in front of the fireplace. I often forget that if like the fireplace isn't in the center of the living room, you can still place it. Like, it's kind of off to the side here. There's only one armchair, and the main living space is a little, like, it's a bit somewhere else, but that's where the TV is. And I actually placed a TV in here, so you're lucky for that. It's an easy way to get your Sims fun up. And speaking of getting your Sims fun up, I placed a pipe organ over here. These are from vampires if you didn't already know, and they're very hard to use because 1, they're massive, 2, they're very dramatic, and they don't have a huge variety in swatches, but I thought this swatch matched absolutely perfectly, and it just looks so good over here. I end up getting the sofa, and I think I end up adding a chess table from base game over here, and just some shelving and hanging plants just to make it look really nice. And oh, by the way, speaking of vampires, we are getting The Sims 4 werewolves at the end of June, and I am so excited. I've been gone from the scene for so long, I haven't had a chance to talk about the werewolves game pack yet, or the 2 new kits that were released. We got the little campers kit and the Moonlight Chic kit, and I love them both. I bought them. I really do like Create-A-Sim kits, so don't come at me, but I love them. They're so cute and they're so much fun, and I am just itching for werewolves to be released. If you didn't already know, I've never played any of the previous iterations of the Sims games, so I have never played with werewolves before. This is going to be my first time, and I'm so looking forward to it. The Create-A-Sim from that pack looks so good, and I can't wait to see what we get in the new world and with like the new build stuff. I'm just so excited. I really like occult gameplay, so I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Please tell me if you're excited. What's your favorite part of the upcoming pack? Do you like how the werewolves look? Because I know some people are a little on the fence about how they look, but I think they look fun. But anyways, this is not a werewolves build, so I should probably talk about this. This is the entryway. I end up placing a round dining table from, I was about to say Strangerville here. No, it's from Jungle Adventure. And I placed like a little bouquet of flowers on here just to look pretty. I was really craving for a larger, like, leafy centerpiece to place on that table because, I don't know, we just don't have one in game, and I would really, really appreciate getting one, but I don't think we will. I don't really think that's the style Maxis is going for, if you know what I mean, but I kind of struggle with placing stuff in this entryway, even though it's really simple, because I used platforms in this build quite a bit, if you hadn't already noticed. Just, I thought they looked interesting. I often just default to using staircases, even though we have platforms in the game, and we have had them ever since Snowy Escape came out, but I've been kind of scared to mess around with them because I really don't know how they work, and I don't know, platforms feel very trendy and purposeful architecture-y, and I have no idea what I'm doing, so they kind of intimidate me, but I decided to use them here. And this is one of 2 bathrooms in this house. I only show this one on camera. It's my favorite one. It's very small, it's very cramped, it's long and skinny, but I did playtest it, and in the end your sim can access everything in there. There's a bathtub in here, and you will see that other bathroom as I pop in and out grabbing items from it, but that one just has a shower, so on the slot you have a bathtub and a shower. Considering it's only a 2-bedroom place, I thought it would be fine to only have 2 bathrooms. I considered adding a 3rd one on that other room in this entryway here, but I thought that was a bit too much and kind of dumb, so I turned it into a laundry room instead. So you have all of the laundry options in this build because you have the washing bucket, and then you have the laundry line, but in here you also have the washer and dryer, just because when I do play with laundry, I always like to have the machines because, you know, if you have seasons, it rains a lot and it's hard to dry your clothes outside if it's raining. And I don't know, I find laundry kind of annoying in game. I know a lot of people really enjoy the realistic gameplay, but it's not really for me. I only make my Sims do laundry when I have some like house spouse who has absolutely nothing better to do, and then they do laundry. So I don't do it very often, but I know some people really like it, so every now and again I do like to add laundry into my builds. Laundry rooms are also pretty fun to decorate though, so I'm not complaining, but just getting lots of little details in here. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 like laundry baskets in this build, but considering there's only like 2 bedrooms, I thought it was fine, but I always struggled to find the washing machines in the catalog, so I guess that's another reason why I don't always include them, because if I have to go searching for something in the catalog and it's not easily available to me, I'm inclined to just not use it at all, ever. I'm probably not alone in that, but I think it's funny. Anyways, this is the combined kitchen and dining space. I really do like how the dining space came out. I used those chairs from My Wedding Stories, which I love. My Wedding Stories might have been a really niche pack where most of the build and buy items catered towards weddings and weddings only, but the versatile objects are so versatile and I want to use them all the time, but I really do try and stop myself from using My Wedding Stories all the time because the pack was a bit of a flunk and I don't think it's a particularly good one. It's not high on my list of game packs I'd recommend, so try not to use it all the time. But anyways, I used quite a few items in this build just to make, I don't know, some aspects of the interior feel a bit more built in. Like I used another one of those fence pieces above the fireplace there, which doesn't block the routing, thankfully. Just, I don't know, to add a bit more 3D element to above the mantle, and I used those posts from My Wedding Stories, and I scaled them up with the tool mod a little bit, and I just wanted them to look, I don't know, like built-in features. I used them on the left-hand side there, by where I'm going to be placing the fridge right now, and I think it looks really cool. The floor plan in this house is not my best, I will say, so some of the rooms are massive, some of the rooms are tiny. I was just not in the floor planning mood, and I just gave up, honestly. But I really do like how this kitchen came out, even though it's a little cramped. I think it's really adorable. I used the counters and cabinets from Jungle Adventure in here, and the oven and the fridge are from the Country Kitchen kit. And I really struggled to pick the counters and the appliances for this kitchen. I probably tried almost all of the ones in game, with the exception of the more modern sets, just because I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I've been watching a lot of like CC building videos on YouTube recently, and it's kind of dragging me down because I keep thinking of CC items I recognize that I just don't have in my game because I don't really like to play with CC. I always think it's going to be great in a whole new world, and then when I download it, I just don't really feel like using it, even though it's gorgeous. So I don't know, CC is a bit of a trap for me, and it's kind of affecting how I choose the items in my builds, which kind of sucks, but I'm trying to get over it. But anyways, I just added quite a few decorations in this kitchen, and I did end up adding some open shelving over here. It doesn't block your Sims access to that door. Both of these doors, by the way, go to the bedrooms, but I don't think this open shelving is going to be for everyone. It's very cluttered, you know, because you can't escape that. But I used this like little weird alien cat dog statue from Journey to Batuu, and I thought it was cute, and I've never used it in my life, and I thought it was hilarious. But anyways, back to the point. If you don't really like the look of this open shelving here, you can easily just remove it. I just wanted to add more clutter into this kitchen for some reason. I don't know. I was just feeling like it. It's a kind of small kitchen. The island on it is absolutely tiny, so I was just looking for some more space to place some junk. But in this kitchen, you do have a coffee pot as the only additional like appliance or whatever, but I think it's cute. The island is so tiny. I honestly debated even including it in here, but I thought it was cute, and I don't know, I kind of just felt like adding it in here. I'm pretty sure after this room we're going to be going onto the teenager's bedroom, but could be wrong about that. I did kind of imagine that the teenager was really into art and like paintings and stuff like that, even though I didn't add an easel on this lot. I just couldn't find a good place for it, and I was kind of thinking that the sim maybe just went down to the town center on the beach and painted, if they actually like painting. I don't know. I just thought it was a fun little personality type to decorate for. I really do like decorating like apartments and builds for artists or creative sims. I just think it's really fun. So they have a lot of artwork in their room, but we're not really in there yet, so I should probably be quiet. I just put a couple of little decorations on the island there. I wanted to make sure that this kitchen was fully functional, which it is. Your Sims can easily like cook on here and it's completely fine, which made me happy because sometimes I do have to playtest my kitchens quite a bit because I am not good at predicting routing in The Sims. When I playtest, I have to playtest thoroughly because I have absolutely no clue where a Sim is going to be able to get or going to be able to access. I don't know. I'm not very good at that. But anyways, teenager's room. I kept the color scheme from the rest of the build in here just because I thought it was fun, and I add these sunflowers. For some reason in The Sims 4 I really love using sunflowers. When I get the opportunity to, I just really like placing them down. We only have like 2 bouquets of sunflowers in the game, and I think they're both from base game, but I don't know, I just really love them. I think they're adorable, and I always try and place them down, but I really do like this teenager's room. It took me a few tries to get right, and I never used that bed from Realm of Magic. I don't think I've ever used that bed from Realm of Magic, but I thought it was really interesting in here. But this teen has a desk, they have a dresser, they also end up having a stand-up mirror, but I don't think I gave them any skill building objects in here. They do have a computer on the desk. It's the one from Cottage Living that looks like a typewriter, because it's The Sims 4, your household is kind of going to need a computer even if you don't want them to have one, just because it's so important for gameplay and stuff. Like, you literally can't adopt a child in The Sims 4 unless you have a computer, which is interesting to say the least. But in other words, you need a computer, so I placed it in here. So this teenager is the lucky person who gets the PC, I suppose. But here's that stand-up mirror I was talking about. It's from base game. I used quite a bit of base game in this bedroom and kind of in the master bedroom as well, just because I actually quite like a lot of the base game items. I know their quality is lower than like more recent items, but I still quite like a lot of the base game items. I think they're fun, and I use base game all the time, even though I really struggled to do base game only builds, so I don't really know what's going on with that. But I just got a few pieces of clutter on this desk here, and then we'll probably be moving into the master bedroom, which is completely and utterly massive. I had no idea what to do with it, and I don't know, I just struggled with this house. I struggled with it so much. Even though I love how it came out in the end, it was a labor of love. I had a hard time with it, and I'm happy it's finished, honestly, even though I really liked it. So I don't really know what to say about that, but if you hear my voice sounding a little bit croaky or coarse, it's because I literally just woke up about 10 minutes ago. I've been meaning to do this voiceover for ages, but I just haven't found the time, so I'm just feeling like doing it now, but my voice is not all there yet. I am not awake. I'm one of those people that needs a solid 2 hours to wake up, and yes, that is terrible when I have to wake up early. So, apologies for my strange voice, but we are in the master bedroom now, and I struggle with what to place on the side tables here, but I got there in the end. I thought it was really cute. I used this painting from Get Together above the bed that I have never used. I've never used either of these paintings from Get Together. There's a matching one with a man in the center, and they're kind of cool. I don't know who they're supposed to be. I haven't read the description, but I thought the frame color matched perfectly in here. But on the side of the bedroom, I get another sofa. These ones are also from base game, and in the swatch I used in the living room and in here, I really do like that sofa. It comes with a lot of crazy swatches just because it's a base game item, but I like how it looks in here. When it comes to base game items, you either have 2 swatches or like a million, and half of them are jewel tones. I don't know. There's a lot of magenta in base game. I have no clue why they decided to do that, but I used a room divider in here just because I really like using those, and I thought it looked pretty in here. It's also from base game. There's tons of base game in here, man. I didn't even notice that, but I also added this vanity table. There's also a TV on top of the dresser just because I felt like a bedroom this big should have a few more activities in it other than just a bed, if you know what I mean. But anyways, we're coming up to the end of this video now, so I just wanted to say thank you for sticking around. If you've subscribed already, thank you for waiting for me to, I don't know, get my life together and come back to this. But if you're new, I would recommend subscribing. I'm trying to be a bit more consistent with uploading because I really do enjoy this, and I hope you enjoyed this build. See you next time. Bye!